Hi guys, I'm Lucy from Japan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to introduce what kind of person Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko are, who's going to attend the coronation of King Charles of the United Kingdom by intercepting an invitation addressed to Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako. This couple is riddled with scandal and is hated by many Japanese because of the problems they cause one after another. As there are so many scandals, I can spend a whole week talking about the all scandals of this family. More than 80% of the Japanese want Prince Akishino, who has a bad reputation in Japan, to be removed from the imperial family, and Princess Aiko, the only child of the Emperor Naruhito, to become the crown princess, the future emperor. Prince Akishino is sometimes called as Prince Fumihito, but both names refers to the same person. I mean, Akishino is kind of his family name, and Fumihito is his first name. And in many cases, he is called as Prince Akishino in public. So in this video, I will call him as Prince Akishino. One more thing I would like to make it clear is that strictly, Prince Akishino is not crown prince because he refused to accept the title. I'm going to talk about the reason why in my next video, so please don't miss the next one. Today's story is about the accusation of the cook who once worked for the Akishino family. This is from the July 9, 2015 issue of the weekly magazine Shukan Bunshun. A cook for the Akishino family accused the workplace of being inhumane, and he was treated very badly. Under the title of Princess Kiko's excessive demands on the employees, the article reports on the working environment of the Akishino family in detail, and the true personality of Princess Kiko, wife of Prince Akishino, was revealed. The Akishino family is a tough place to work, well known as the worst place to work among the imperial officers. The cook said it's not a place for a top chef. Fridays in particular were very busy, known as Devil's Friday. This is because he had to cook the dishes for the Saturday and Sunday and Friday, of course, and be ready for microwave. It is an everyday occurrence for the cooks and employees who serve by her side to receive direct scolding from Princess Kiko. Sometimes Kiko gives instructions pointing with a finger without saying a word. Around 2015, the Akishino family had 18 employees and 3 other employees who work both for Akishino family and other imperial department. But it is a small household to take care of 5 of the Akishino family, and in addition to the heavy burden per person, the relation between Princess Kiko and the employee were very close. The cook, in particular, have a tough job. The fact that they have never been a chef who has served until their retirement age is the proof of how hard this position is. In a word, the working environment in the Akishino family is nothing but the poor harassment. The chef of the Akishino family are not an employee of the Imperial Household Agency's Grand Catering section, but are employed directly by Akishino family. The Grand Catering section is in charge of cooking meals for the Emperor and Empress and the Crown Prince and his family, and also banquet held at the palace. A cook from the Akishino family once privately consulted with a magazine reporter and said he was treated completely different from the cooks of the Grand Catering section. The residence of the Akishino family at the time was the 2-story reinforced concrete building, had a kitchen on the first floor with a floor space of about 13 square meters. And next to the kitchen, there was an office for the head chambermaid and other employees. While he was preparing the food, Kiko came to the office next door and scolded some employee, yelling like, "Be careful from now on." He could hear Kiko was yelling at someone in the office next to the kitchen. He was scared that it would be his turn next to be yelled. When Kiko said to him, "Hey you," his heart tightened. Sometimes she looked at him in his eye and scolded him on seasoning or something he could not do well. In public, Kiko talks in a whisper voice with a fake smile, but the reality is quite different, and she is said to yell at the employee over minor mistakes. The only place the cook could take a break from the kitchen was in the break room, where there were only small chairs with no backrest. The break room was a locker room where the employees put their uniforms and some personal belongings. But there were only few small chairs and no desk. The room was dark and cold in winter. After he served lunch to the Akishino family, he would put some snacks on his lap and eat them alone. He never knew at any time he would be asked to do some miscellaneous work, so even when he was having a break, he couldn't go outside the palace, and he did everything from tending the garden to walking the dog. Sometimes he was also suddenly called on his day off. He received a phone call from Kiko at his home saying she had some offerings to be cooked. In such case, he would rush to the Akishino kitchen even on his day off. Basically, he was requested to cook the offerings with what they have, so he had to use the stocked foods to cook. But as he couldn't serve the same menu every day, and there was not so much variation with the limited materials. Kiko sometimes scolds employees when she was dissatisfied with their performance, using strong bad words. These words were too dirty to speak. One of the former cooks was so shocked that he became depressed and was transferred to a department that had nothing to do with this family. After that, he was moved around from one quiet position to another within the agency. But before his retirement, he passed away due to illness. Kiko usually gives nicknames to her employees, and these nicknames are also used among the Akishino family. Many of these nicknames make fun of the physical characteristics of the employees, such as Japanese radish, potato, or glasses if the employees wear glasses, which denigrates the personality of the employees. It must be never pleasant for them to be referred as a thing. And it is also said that it is because Kiko cannot remember the name of each of them because the rapid turnover of the employees. Kiko is such a nag, but she can never cook by herself. In recent years, this cook who accused Akishino family has been the longest serving cook for them. However, even this long-lasting cook also left in April 2012. And after that, there was a private request from Akishino family to send a chef from Imperial Household Agency's Grand Catering section, but the section refused because no one wanted to work for them. Even in the Private Chefs Association, there was no one who could be introduced because everyone knew that Akishino's kitchen is the worst place to work, even in the association. So Mr. A was sent from a cooking school in Okinawa through an influential person with close ties to Princess Kiko. Mr. A quit his job in Okinawa and came to Tokyo with his family. And when accepting Mr. A, the Imperial Household Agency suggested, "Why don't you start by moving to Tokyo only by yourself?" And when Mr. A's parents saw him off at the airport, he said he's going to give him to the Imperial Household. I think he was passionate about working for the Imperial Household. However, soon after, he stopped coming to work and he finally resigned. A magazine reporter visited Mr. A at his current workplace, and when the topic of the Akishino family was brought up, he looked frightened and replied he had nothing to say. Mr. A's face was impale. He turned away and went back to his office. After Mr. A's resignation, a female cook took over Mr. A's position and was running the kitchen at Akishino's. She was said to have been in charge of kaiseki cuisine, traditional Japanese food, at the restaurant for many years. This story is based on the information as of the year 2015, so it is unclear what is currently happening with this female cook. In the past, there have been reports that Akishino family, especially Princess Kiko, who is in charge of the household, is very strict with the staff and was rough with them. Here is another article in January 22, 2015 issue of Shukan Shincho, which reports that the inside story of Imperial Household Agency, saying everyone is unanimous in saying that they do not want to be assigned to Akishino family. And the article introduces the following episode of Princess Kiko's excessive interference with and power harassment. At a meeting with the advisor to the Imperial Household Agency, Princess Kiko often asked extra money to house repairs, and she also interfered the assignment of officers of the Akishino family and even the officer in charge of the Imperial Household Police, and she demanded to replace some officers she didn't like. Princess Kiko also makes the final checks on the menu for the Akishino family, and the children's lunch menus were also prepared by the cook under Princess Kiko's direction. In addition, in Akishino's household, cook is given detailed orders, even the temperature of the meal to be served. The cook must serve a low temperature meal for Prince Akishino and hot meal for Kiko. More than 30 years since Princess Kiko joined Imperial member, many employees of the family have retired from their post due to mental illness. But as their son, Prince Hisahito, moves up in the line of succession to the throne, the problem may no longer be an internal matter for the family and spread all over the imperial household. For example, there is a risk that Princess Kiko will begin to use the power as the mother of future emperor within the imperial family and become the dictator. This article was written in 2015, but as of 2022, this bad prediction is becoming a reality. I hope that the truth about the Prince Akishino and his wife Kiko will be widely known to people overseas prior to the coronation in the United Kingdom. I hope many of you will share this information. That's all I have to say today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like the video. And if you want to see more truths of Japanese imperial family, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.